Welcome to Bespoke Blogs. This blog is Aircarbon, negative plastic. Plastics have become the pervasive workhorse material of the cutting-edge economy, consolidating unparalleled utilitarian properties with minimal expense. Their utilization has expanded 20-overlay in the past 50 years, and is relied upon to twofold again in the following 20 years. Today almost everybody, all over, consistently comes into contact with plastics, particularly plastic bundling, the focal point of this report. While conveying numerous advantages, the current plastics economy has disadvantages that are getting more obvious continuously. After a short first use cycle, 95% of plastic bundling material worth, or $80 to $120 billion yearly, is lost to the economy. A faltering 32% of plastic bundling gets away from assortment frameworks, creating huge financial expenses by lessening the efficiency of crucial regular frameworks, like the sea and stopping up metropolitan foundation. Ozone-harming substance outflows. As brought up above, plastic can by and large decrease the outflow of ozone-depleting substances during its utilization stage. However, with 6% of worldwide oil creation committed to the creation of plastics, impressive ozone-depleting substance discharges are related with the creation and here and there the after-use pathway of plastics. As per valuing plastic, the assembling of plastic feedstock, including the extraction of the crude materials, leads to ozone-harming substance discharges with characteristic capital expenses of $23 billion. The creation stage, which devours around half of the fossil feedstocks streaming into the plastics area, prompts a large portion of these emanations. The excess carbon is caught in the plastic items themselves, and its delivery as ozone-depleting substance outflows emphatically relies upon the item's after-use pathway. Cremation and energy recuperation bring about an immediate arrival of the carbon, not considering potential carbon investment funds by supplanting another fuel source. On the off chance that the plastics are landfilled, this feedstock carbon could be considered sequestered. On the off chance that it is spilled, carbon may be delivered into the environment over some, possibly, many, a long time. This ozone-depleting substance impression will turn out to be considerably more huge with the extended flood in utilization. In the event that the current solid development of plastics use proceeds true to form, the outflow of ozone-depleting substances by the worldwide plastics area will represent 15% of the worldwide yearly carbon spending plan by 2050, up from 1% today. The carbon financial plan for the worldwide economy depends on limiting a dangerous atmospheric deviation to a greatest increment of 2 degrees Celsius by 2100. However, plastics can bring genuine asset effectiveness gains, and help diminish fossil fuel byproducts during use. These figures show that it is vital to address the ozone-harming substance effect of plastics creation and after-use treatment. Turning carbon emission into plastics, the initial phase in this interaction is catching methane emanations, a brief ozone-harming substance, which has a more powerful warming potential than CO2, from dairy ranches, water treatment plants, landfills and energy offices. Inside a reactor, the gas is joined with air and changed over to fluid polymer, prior to being made into plastic pellets. There are new reactors invented whose productivity, its yield proportion is clearly multiple times higher than different reactors. This generally moves the expense design of the ozone-harming substance to plastic change measure, which means Aircarbon can out-contend oil-based plastics, like polypropylene and polyethylene, on cost. The fundamental science to change over methane into thermoplastic polymers existed for a long time. Tragically, while the science existed, the key test, and the explanation the interaction had never been marketed, was cost. The expense to create polymers from methane discharges was around 2 to 3 times higher than the expense to deliver oil-based plastics. In particular, previously, all biocatalysts were self-restricting, implying that they could just make a specific measure of polymer, before they would turn themselves off and make carbon dioxide rather than polymer. Mathematically, to make 1 kilogram of plastic, you expected to make 1 kilogram of biocatalyst, and that was the greatest yield, which delivered the creation cost over the top expensive. Over the last decade, a biocatalyst that doesn't turn itself off has been invented. Each kilogram of these biocatalyst produces around 9 kilograms of polymer, 9 times more material for similar contribution than past alternatives, empowering manufacturers to fabricate polymer from ozone-harming substances at a value point that includes a twofold digit rate cost decrease contrasted with the expense to create plastics from oil. Through this technology, manufacturers utilizes Aircarbon to bring superior, regenerative foodware to advertise, beginning with cutlery and drinking straws, that work for both the individuals and the planet. Since Aircarbon is made by life, similar to paper and wood, in the event that it winds up in the sea, Aircarbon corrupts as quick as cellulose. In any case, in contrast to paper and wood, Aircarbon stands up in hot and cold conditions, never gets soaked, and is dishwasher alright for reuse, so it never needs to go to squander. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.